Nobody saw this type of year coming for Ty Jerome. The Cavs guard has gotten healthy. He has played more. He has made a difference, and nobody saw the start, the continuance through the All-Star break, and possibly into the playoffs coming for Ty Jerome. Hey, everybody. Billy BB back with you. Excited to talk to you today about Ty Jerome. Everybody's seen what he's doing. We're going to break it down a little bit, discuss his journey, watch a great video that has been flowing around online, and nobody saw this coming. If you say you knew Ty Jerome was going to have a big year like this, you were wrong. If you thought it would go the complete season, you're wrong. There's no way you thought it did. If you would, I'd like the receipts. I'd like the proof. But the fact is, it's been terrific to watch. It's been extremely fun to watch. The Cavs have needed it. Kenny Atkinson has been a part of it, but Jerome himself has made it happen. And the Cavs have an absolute weapon that may win two awards, possibly. We'll jump into that towards the end of the video. I always ask you guys to subscribe. I always ask you to drop down in the comments. I'll ask you again. We'll try kind of fly through that. Don't need to get into that too much. The comments got rowdy in the last video. I called the Blazers a tanking team. I just meant a bottom of the barrel, not a great team. And people jumped to the Portland Trail Blazers rescue. That's how you want to use your time and energy. That's why the comment section is open, so have at it. But today, we are not talking Blazers. We're talking Ty Jerome. What a year for Ty Jerome on the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's been amazing. I'll tell you, for me, 2 years ago I saw him. He was on the Warriors. The Warriors had Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Iguodala sitting out one game. Ty Jerome and the rest of the nobodies demolished the Cavs somehow. Not sure how they did it. Came out and punked them. That was my introduction to him. A lot of people are like, oh, he's a national champion. Let's not act like that Virginia team was this overly memorable group. They just have had guys that, like Jerome and Hunter, obviously come back in the light. A lot of people didn't remember DeAndre Hunter was on that team until he got traded to the Cavs, or till those guys were reunited. So my introduction to him truly, really was that Warrior season. I was excited when the Cavaliers signed him, and then almost immediately, unfortunately, he became kind of a gag that he played 2 games, had an ankle injury, and the Cavs constantly were saying, he'll be back soon, he'll be back soon, he'll be back soon, missed an entire season. Meanwhile, Cleveland's giving Craig Porter Jr. minutes, struggling to find a backup point guard. It looked like it would be Porter Jr.'s opportunity this year, and we'll jump into that. But Kenny Atkinson has made the most, once again, of Jerome, the lineup, this, that, and the other. We talked about it. If you want to go back and watch the small forward debate video, should it be Strus? Should it be Hunter? You can go back and leave your comment on that. I still just trust Kenny Atkinson to make that decision because of things he has done this season, such as make the most of Ty Jerome. Been absolutely incredible. Good size, good quickness, in his prime. I mean, looked like a perfect signing. And you know me, if you watch this channel, the injuries stress me out, right? They get me a little rowdy. They're an eye roller for me. He was an eye roller for me last year. Constantly the Cavs were saying he's going to be healthy, he's going to be fine, he's going to be this, that, and the other. Never was, never got back. I'm not sure at this point Bickerstaff would have used him to this type of experience. But hey, you can look at the stats and think what you want to think. But NBA teams this season have gotten a taste of Ty Jerome, and they want no more. The Bill Simmons podcast talking about Ty Jerome the other day. Bill Simmons, noted Celtics fan, hasn't been on, he's liking Cleveland, not loving him, said, I am sick of Ty Jerome. Every time he's in, the Cavaliers go off. Every time he's in, big things are happening. I can't stand him. I don't want to see him. That's how you know he's a real difference maker. When other teams walk away and want no part of him, when they can't stand him. That's how I feel about Derek White. If we have our own little version in our own way of Derek White and Ty Jerome, we made it. Then we made it, and we can truly win a championship in my eyes. Like I said, I want to watch a quick little video, a reminder of the journey Ty Jerome has been on. Because, again, if you, I knew he was going to be this, I knew he was going to be that. It's been quite the journey for him over the past few years and even this season. And, again, I think it should lead to the 6th Man of the Year, and I think it should lead to the Most Improved Player Award.
We should be having a very serious conversation about Ty Jerome right now. If the NBA had a comeback player award, we probably would be. The rise and fall and rise again has been incredible. After leading Virginia to a national title, Ty's career immediately went sideways. He went from the mountaintop straight to basketball limbo. No player has felt the immediate impacts of basketball as a business like Ty Jerome. In less than 1 hour as a pro, he was drafted by Philly, traded to Boston, and then traded again to Phoenix. An ankle injury derailed his rookie season, and he became a G League guy. He was called up for 31 games that year, but this kind of became who he was as a pro. An injury-prone two-way guy who gave you 7 points off the bench. Same thing happened for the next 3 years in OKC and Golden State. All of a sudden, it was year 5, and Cleveland took a chance on him. Things immediately went south. An even more serious ankle injury ended his season before it began. Now, the average NBA career is 4.5 years. All signs pointed to Ty becoming a poster boy for the stat, but everything changed in year 6. Ty returned from surgery in the best shape of his life, and Kenny Atkinson's fast-paced system unleashed him. Suddenly, he was shooting 50% from deep while playing a real role on a Cavs team that started 17-1. In late January, he dropped 33 points and became the first Cav ever to go a perfect 8 for 8 from deep. Not only has he stepped up and held the backcourt down when Garland's missed time, but he routinely comes up clutch in big games. There's an argument that sure, he'd be a lot for comeback player, but he should seriously be considered for 6th man of the year. I'm Frank Michael Smith, and that's my take.
Great stuff from Frank Michael Smith there. Again, I think it's a good reminder of just the journey Ty Jerome's been on. Not only this season, like he noted, playing good minutes for Darius Garland, multiple 30-point games, multiple 20-point games, but in the NBA in general, right? He's beat that average lifespan, finally fitting in with the team. Unfortunate, I hate the energy of it, unfortunate to see that we're already talking if the Cavaliers can afford to bring him back. That's just not something a team looking for its first championship in a while and its first championship with this group should be thinking about who they can pay in the offseason. It's not something you should be thinking about in March of a championship run. He's been incredible, and again, I want to note he should win Most Improved Player and 6th Man of the Year. He literally improved more than any other player in the league without expectancy, and he is the best player in the league off the bench. I've watched Christian Brown. Christian Brown is extremely hit or miss for the Denver Nuggets. So I think it should be Ty Jerome, and I think he should win both awards. I've seen a lot of Cade Cunningham Most Improved Player award. That's what we're doing. I mean, LeBron should have a former number 1 pick that finally is starting to help his team win under a new coach. I don't know that that's necessarily a most improved criteria resume. That's not what I think about when I think about that. So I feel like this is a guy we should be hyping up. Now the big question is, you can leave a comment. Did you see this coming this year after the All-Star break into now? Will he do it in the playoffs, right? So the common theme is the lineup shrinks and you go to your go-to guys in the playoffs. Is Ty Jerome a guy you're worth having? If you only go 8 guys, he's got to be one of them, right? I feel so. I feel he's earned it. Again, I've criticized Max Strus for not playing well against the Celtics. Ty Jerome has. So I feel he will be in Kenny Atkinson's lineup. And again, I want to give Kenny Atkinson credit for what has happened this year with Ty Jerome. We'll keep you updated more coming on Cavs Digest as Cleveland continues at 50-10 on the season. One last note before I let you go. In 2007, the Cavaliers went to the NBA Finals, came out of the East at 50-32. 50-32 is their final total. The Cavs are at 50-10 right now. Unbelievable, and many more great things to come for the Cavaliers we'll talk about right here on Cavs Digest.